Yes, it's me, it's that K-I-N-G, and yes, we are here for the first of 4 WTF Moment episodes this week. Here we go, strap yourselves in for WWE Battleground, because there's a load to do, lads. And we start off with the WhatCulture signs, of which there were a complete and utter ton. There was loads of them. We had everything. We had even this as well. You know what time it is, motherfuckers. Get the in there. Yes, we had a John O'Clock sign for the second WWE show in a row. We had King Ross is better than Lawler. Bluntly for creative, even though his WCPW booking isn't very good. We had everything, all sorts. Thank you, keep them coming. It looks like this will be a showly occurrence. You know, it'll happen every single show where we have an awkward turtle, a shaky palm tree, Mick Foley moment. This one at Battleground surrounded Daniel Bryan and how Mick thought he was already in the WWE Hall of Fame because of that 2015 speech he gave to induct Conor the Crusher. Mick's memory's going, it's f***ed. Too many chair shots. I don't want to joke about it. I like Mick Foley, but yeah, this is going to be interesting with him with a microphone in front of his mouth. It looks like Cesaro's been working his tie knot up into his chute or something like that. His tie was back to front. You could see the back bit there. It should have been flip reversed. Blazing Squad, yes, back in with the boys we are. Renee Young says we haven't seen Randy Orton in a full year, a complete 12 months, when in fact we haven't seen him in 9. What a silly goose she is. Ha ha ha. She did look lovely though. What a woman. You would think after 6 years of complete vanilla service from Byron Saxton that they get his name correct. But no, the graphics guy, which I don't think is Kevin Dunn, but if it is, it's nice to see you again, Kevin. We don't see you too much on their WTF Moments these days. They got his name wrong. They called him Byron Sexton. Poor old Byron, eh? Poor old Byron. Michael Cole kicked off the main show by saying WWE Raw and WWE SmackDown will be embarking on new eras. That leaves me questioning what the has been happening since WrestleMania, when this new era began. Yes, I know the brand split's happening, but does this mean we've got the new era of the new era? The marketing department at WWE have had a day here, complete unless Michael went into business for himself and said something he wasn't supposed to, which I think might be the case. New era of the new era. Bollocks. Sasha Banks' Titantron playing during Charlotte's entrance. You can see there it says legit, where it should say do it with flair or something. Kevin, you're back again twice already this episode, you little tinker. Bailey turned up, WTF, and to think that our expectations couldn't have been lower. I mean, I was expecting Summer Rae or Nikki Bella or someone like that to come back after that draft last week where we got Mojo f***ing Rawley instead of Shinsuke Nakamura. But kudos to WWE, they got it right this time. Keep that going, lads, keep that going, aye. The graphics guy, who we're presuming's not Kevin Dunn, by the way, just remember that, had an absolute shitter. He got Bailey's Twitter handle wrong this time. He just put Bailey WWE when we know it is. When we know it is, it's Bailey WWE. There's a big difference there of 3 letters, ITS. Yes, he had a idiot. What is it with Charlotte and Wedge? This is the second match in a row that she sent $47 worth of Sasha Banks' lower half tights things straight up her arsehole. Once again, though, we got a lovely image. So Charlotte, well done, congratulations. I condone what she's done there. I'm not a pervert, believe me. That corner spot that WWE had Bailey doing, I mean, Jesus bloody Christ on a popsicle. If there's a time and a place to be doing that sort of thing, it's certainly not in this day and age with the concussions and whatnot. I mean, you wouldn't think that WWE have 50 former superstars suing them for brain damage related things. You wouldn't think that Enzo Amore's real life legit concussion got mainstream media attention. And you wouldn't think that with, Mick Foley's memory literally dying on him in front of our very eyes, that WWE would have a young and up and coming, a blossoming superstar of today taking a massive bump on the back of the head. Bit senseless that. Bad booking. Bad booking indeed. Michael Cole swoops in with a bit of shitness now when he says that Sasha takes out Bayley. When that picture behind me there is happening when Charlotte's taking out Bayley. Charlotte's a big 6 foot plus muscular blonde behemoth, where Sasha is a petite, tanned, pink-haired goddess. Oh. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that Michael Cole is wrong in saying that the New Day have held the WWE World Tag Team titles longer than anybody in history. I mean, Demolition, they had them for 470 days. The Valiant Brothers, 370 days. And now New Day are just tied. They're tied. They're just tied with a team that I've completely forgotten the name of, so I'm going to have to look at me notes. Beg me pardon. Mr. Fuji and Professor Tanaka. No wonder I couldn't remember their names. They're tied with them currently today, on this very day. So they haven't, Michael. Aye. A big hoo-ha was made once again about Xavier Woods facing his fear by getting in the ring one-on-one against Bray Wyatt. He was there facing his fear and all that shit, even though a matter of days ago on WWE SmackDown, Woodsy boy and Bray, baby Bray, had a one-on-one, a bona fide singles match where Woods faced his fear for the first time. I mean, a matter of days later, he should not be scared. He knows what to expect. He's already faced his fear. I can tell you this because when I was in Gay Parry, I faced my fear. I'll take it back to Blackpool 2002, the Pepsi Max. Me and my brother are sat on the very front, the massive f***ing Big Dipper. I thought I was going to die. I hadn't been on a roller coaster since, but get this right, I went on 3 of them. 3 of them at Disneyland Paris that went upside down and all sorts. F***ing check the bollocks on me, lads. Eh? Hard as me, and so should Xavier be after facing Bray Wyatt last week on SmackDown, eh? This moment lands square on the bald and buck-teethed head of Kevin Dunn. Kevin, you little tinker. When Enzo Amore said crap, and they bleeped it. Well, they didn't bleep it, they just cut the audio out. They dumped that audio about 3 seconds too late. That'll be like me saying fuck. Oh, nah. Yeah. Jimmy will get in trouble. I shouldn't do that, but you know what I mean. You just pressed the button too late. WTF moment. That moment when Michael Cole said, flooding a swai. That moment when Michael Cole said, suplex into slam for that move that we bastions of wrestling knowledge used to call the jackhammer. Oh. Suppose we better go again, shall we? Holy f***ing balls! Big E's dive between the ropes onto Braun Strowman or whoever it was, I can't remember, but he landed slap bang on his head from the second rope, tumbled all the way down and killed himself. And it really looked like he hurt himself this time. Normally Big E does them and it's a horrific fall. Easy for me to say. But he gets up and continues with the match. But after this one, he was clinched in the back of his head, and I just hope that because it's my favourite move in WWE today, done by one of my bays, one of my favourite superstars, the powers that be don't take the ability to do it away from him. I will miss it if they do. I really will. That guy with a conspiracy victim sign, there's just one question I want to ask, and that's what? What happened to you, Bonnie lad? I really want to know, because I love conspiracy victims, me. Especially that one with President Kennedy. Kennedy. Zack Ryder hits a Rough Rider, then does not go for the cover. There is no wonder he's a jobber. He is a senseless prick. Bit harsh maybe, aye, but you know, you hit your finishing move, you go for the pin, you win the match. Simple as that. I know that, and I've never even stepped in a wrestling ring. Stupid Long Island, spiky-headed, you know. It's John O'Clock again, motherfuckers, and getting names and shit like that wrong was a massive problem all night for WWE. And John, Big John, was not exempt from that because he called Big Mojo Riley on his first appearance in the WWE ring. He's, you know, introducing himself to a bunch of people that have never seen him before. And John called him the wrong name. God, you're a horrible piece of work, you JBL, you fraud. The sign that read Roman's piss test turned heel, which is a WTF moment, because if you're looking at it from my perspective and you hate Roman Reigns, it turned face because it took him off the television for a good, long, Oh, a beautiful month. And you know, it decreased his value in terms of being the guy. His piss test is a national treasure as far as I'm concerned. I love the piss. That moment when Byron Saxton compared the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn rivalry to getting over your ex. What? You're telling me you've never fought your ex 100 times after breaking up with him or her? Is that just me? Because that's what Kevin and Sami have done over the past 10 years, haven't they? F***ing hell, I think Byron's never had a laugh, the poor lad. I am pasty white. I am as white as they come. But here's a tip from me about going on a tanning bed thing, salon. Don't wear gloves like that referee Rod Zapata did, because his hands were whiter than his rest of his body and he looked ridiculous, the silly goose. And then what about that? Another WTF moment is that Michael Cole actually named a referee for the first time since he took over from JR. I listened to JR's podcast. He hates it that the referees aren't named, but Maggle actually did it for the first time, you know, since forever. So maybe this is a new era and not the same old shit. It's John O'Clock again, motherfuckers, and that moment when JBL compared £266 Kevin Owens with £390 Bam Bam Bigelow in terms of being an athletic fella for a big man, you know, a man with a little bit of a paunch. £266, £390. If you put that on a seesaw, I think the £260 will get f***ing shot into next week. So why is JBL comparing my Bay KO to big bloody Bam Bam Bigelow, eh? To think he works for a company that says, don't be a bully, be a star, and he's constantly pointing out that lovely round belly of Kevin's. Oh, it's just despicable behaviour. The apron shenanigans, that's what I'm calling it, in that Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn match. You know, that botched springboard moonsault from Sami. And then that brainbuster he gave to KO, a fucking brainbuster, and what is essentially a bit of metal. Absolutely mental, I tell you. WTF. I've got nothing else to say about the matter. Just, boggles my mind. It really does. We're back on John's clock. Definitely said clock, not what you're thinking, you dirty bitches. In that moment when John said that Kevin Owens is a prize fighter and that he's at his best in matches like this. The one that happened at Battleground, where there was no prize on the line, it was just a normal singles match with Sami Zayn. He doesn't think things through, does he, John? Not at all, not one bit. That moment when Natalya said, I love Becky, she's beautiful, and then just wrenched in some hold. I don't understand. And I'm here to defend JoJo and her massive arse, because many of you tweeted me saying that she called Natalya and Becky Lynch's match a submission match. You know, when she was doing the announcements before the first bell. But that is just not true. As Stone Cold Steve Austin would say, you go, No, not true. She said this is a women's division match, but you know, she slurred her words a little bit. So it sounded a little bit like submission. I've watched it back many times. And if you disagree with me, come fight me. Come at me, bro, because I will f***ing kill you. The whole eyes wide shut shtick. Try and say that quickly 5 times. I mean, I just... Bit inappropriate for a PG show, wouldn't you think? But I just can't help but think that the Miz and Maurice's sex mask party thing, it must be the best. And then we had Michael Cole back again saying it was from this last decade when, as we all know, it came out in 1999, which is 17 years ago, which is almost 2 decades ago. The f***ing prick. F***ing idiot, eh? Getting f***ing sick of Michael taking all of John's bullshit away. Oh, the title for this next entry will be Bob Bafflin, because it was baffling and involved Bob Backlund. Take that one to the bank. Anyway, when Michael Cole says that Darren Young has to win the Intercontinental Championship by pinfall or making The Miz submit after not bringing up those rules at all, in the rest of the pay-per-view, you know there's a screwy finish coming, and so that proved to be. Why you're so predictable, WWE, I can work you out with my eyes shut, I really can. Anyway, what was the crack with that screwy finish? Because, it was just the managers, wasn't it? The referee should have just let them be. They weren't interfering in the match at all, were they? In fact, Bob helped out by keeping The Miz in the confines of the ring area. And then they only rang the bell once, even though apparently it was a double DQ. One for Bob, Miz pushing Bob and Darren crossface chicken wing and Miz or something like that. It was just a cluster a load of shit, and we'll move on. It was just bollocks. Bob Bafflin there. Oh snap, he went there, motherfuckers. Straight edge superstar Randy Orton calling out Brock Lesnar for his PEDs and his failed drug tests and whatnot. Oh no, wait. This is Randy Orton, who himself has failed 2 WWE wellness policy tests, calling out another person who's failed. I mean, kettle pop black or what? What a prick Randy Orton is there. Oh, so I hope Brock Lesnar rips his head off and shoves it up his arse. How long did that segment go on for, though? Just far too long. Painful. Horrible. Awful. Who the is Sami Zayn talking to there? Can't be the golden truth. They're looking the other way. Aye. Sami Zayn's talking to nobody. But yeah. Both sets of GMs claimed the focus would be now put on the WWE superstars rather than the WWE management. And what happens? All 4 of the fuckers come down with their own entrances before the main event to sit at ringside and take some of that spotlight away from Ambrose, Rollins and Reigns, who are in the ring. Nothing's going to change here. I think the thing I always say about this is new era, same old shit. Because Stephanie's there, the selfish mare. You know how I don't like her. The reigns must be deleted and Ambrose fears brother Nero sign. Ha ha ha! TNA signs at a WWE event. Who would have thought it? TNA actually has 2 fans? Or is it one with a double-sided sign? Who knows? So much what the f*** there, really. Too much for me to comprehend. Becky Lynch wearing a club shirt during that backstage little thing with the SmackDown roster. What does that mean? Are they going to have a female member? Who knows? A little Irish tease, a little tinker here. But mind you, she did get changed very quickly, didn't she, when she came out of the ring, because she just didn't have it on. She had a what do you call them? A catsuit thing. A catsuit, a play suit. An all-in-one for women. WTF, how much punishment is Roman Reigns getting in recent times? He's lost his last 2 matches by having his shoulders pinned to the mat. The endless jibes from Rollins about that suspension. And to cap it all off, WWE roped his face in it by having the Usos hoist Dean Ambrose on their shoulders with a championship that Lunatic Fringe just won by pinning Reigns to the mat. I mean, f***ing hell, when it rains it pours, eh? Get it? Because when it rains, it pours. Laugh! I'm going to leave you now with a bit of a WTF teaser. A bit of a W teaser. WTF. Anyway, was Xavier Woods the legal man for the finish of that Wyatt versus New Day match? I don't know. Maybe or maybe not. Haven't watched the footage back. He just seems to come into the ring to help Kofi Kingston out before, Bray takes charge, hits the Sister Abigail and wins the match. But sources online tell me that the tag happened, but the cameras didn't catch it, which in itself is a WTF moment. Where was the camera filming if it wasn't on the crucial tag in the build at the end of the match? Answers on a postcard, please, because I haven't got a fucking clue. Right, that's it. That's all your WTF moments from WWE Battleground. Oh, I'll see you tomorrow for Raw then, will I? And on Wednesday for SmackDown, Thursday for WCPW Built to Destroy. There's a lot of fucking things coming this week, so brace yourselves. Bye.
This Monday, these men are built to destroy. After their brutal match on Loaded, Primate faces off against the Iron Man Joe Coffey in a no-holds-barred match. WWE Cruiserweight Classic contender Noam Dar gets a shot at the Ring of Honor World title as he takes on champion Jay Lethal. Rampage goes one-on-one with Big Damo as these 2 monsters compete to become the first ever WCPW champion. Built to Destroy, airing July 25th exclusively on WhatCulture Wrestling.